speaking of capitalist pigs, Ryan in the Facebook group, interested to hear from others what changed when they went from owning one to multiple residential investment properties for the purpose of optimizing and simplifying in terms of property management, changing ownership structures, insurances, ways to track expenses / earnings and performance. How do you guys manage your investment properties? What changed?
I was pretty pumped about having, and this is my little tip and not everyone loves it, but I have an offset account for every property and it's linked to my home loan. So it only ever works against, the debt that I want to get rid of. But all of the rent goes into that offset account and all the expenses go out. And I just love to track it. I love to track and I keep each buffer one in there, but every property has its own offset account named that. And I just find that a really simple tool to track each property.
Should have heaps of offset accounts, John.
That's right. Should be. No wonder CBA came out with unlimited offsets.
Yeah, that's right.
That's for Rach. It's called the Rach offset system.
Her mortgage broker was the one who won all the awards after writing all Rach's loans.
Yeah. Wow, that's good.
But in all seriousness, so that's a good way just to quarantine and split.
Yeah, and you don't need to have it. There's people do spreadsheets or whatever, but I just love to go onto my internet banking and see it all there, and it's just my accountant also loves it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. It's a good tip.
How do you do it, John? And, if someone is going from one investment property to the second one, are there any other strategic things that they need to think about?
Well, I think it can be quite daunting in people's minds, like we said before about the first property, but and stretching ourselves. We're stretching ourselves in our own mind a lot of the time when we go to buy multiple properties. Like you think it's all going to compound, and a lot of it's based on our experience we've had with the first property. So if we've had a horror run with tenants or a bad property manager or whatever, like do we actually want to do this again? We're going to get the same results. It's like having a first child that's like annoying you. It's like, I don't want another child sort of thing. But it's not really like that. And I think the term I thought of when Ryan, when I saw this was excitement. It's like, okay, I'm building my portfolio, I'm building my wealth, I'm leveraging the bank's money more. In terms of property management, generally speaking, our property managers are going to be different. So you've got different property managers around the country wherever you've bought, so that you're managing those property managers to make sure that they're doing what they need to do. Ownership structures, I don't know. I think people overcomplicate things when it comes to ownership structure. But in term, you obviously seek some advice in that space with your accountant. Insurances is just... Yeah, there's a lot of insurers out there that'll give you multi-property discounts, so that's probably a bonus from that point of view. They do, and this is probably a logistics thing. Like if I think if we spent more than 4 or 5 hours on our portfolio for the year, there's something wrong. Because you're outsourcing majority of it to your property manager. They're doing everything for you essentially, and you're having a conversation with your mortgage broker maybe once a year around finance structures, and then you're doing a analysis or performance of what your portfolio has done.
No, Glen's going to Bunnings and getting handles.
Yeah. So if you're changing taps and doing everything yourself, then I suppose you're the minority.
What handles did I buy?
Remember you were saying in one of the episodes, you're saying
you should never have property close to you.
No, I shouldn't.
It needs
but
to be
also, the property manager at the time should employ handymen who aren't friggin' lazy and can use Google and sort it out. And I'm no longer with those managers because... Yeah.
Comes back to having a good property manager who can
and I mean, all my properties are within an hour drive of here, and I use the one property manager.
Yeah.
But in terms of my own personal cash flow system, for those who have done the Glen James spending plan, I have all rent from all properties go into the cash hub, and the mortgages from all the properties leave that same cash hub. So it's just income and expenses. I don't have the individual accounts. If something needs doing, I just take it from savings or an emergency fund or something like that. So I think my biggest thing would be get a good property manager who is onto it and who has attention to detail. And at the end of the year, I just log into my bank account, look at the interest for each of the loans, send that to the accountant. The property report, have a thing. Here's the income, expenses, details. Like each property has like a 2-pager for the accountant. It's really simple. And I probably would say with the, what was I going to talk about? With the, you're basically paying the that's what I was going to say. If you do need to pay an expense for the property, get the property manager to pay for it, and their report will catch it for your reporting.
Yeah.
So I send
Everything.
all my rates to the property manager. I send the insurance to the property manager. They pay it. Everything goes through to the property manager because it's all about consolidated reporting.
Keep forgetting to send my insurance to the property manager. That's the one thing I haven't got
insurance
sorted.
and
Change the
interest.
address to the property manager.
Well,
Did your Terry
I
share
preferred
this year? Mine went down 27% on 3 properties. Went down 27.
Yeah, mine went down as well.
That's good.
Mine did not.
I still prefer to
I was like, did they do
my
that?
insurance, but-
Yeah, okay.
Do you?
I organise my own. That's the only thing I do out of the management
and then you
statement.
just send them the statement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I run a property management tracker. You can put up to 5 properties in it, which doesn't cover your portfolio, Rach, but it gives you can fill it in monthly or quarterly, and it gives you a summary of your whole portfolio, which is cool. I can put it in the show notes if they want.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
People can buy that.
And then no, we can give it away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll do
Earnings and performance, we use a 20-year tracker to update yearly and just see how that's tracking and update your performance there. So, I think sometimes, Ryan, we overcomplicate it as investors in the property space.
Yeah. I don't like when he said, what do you do to track expenses and earnings and performance? It's like an annual thing. It's like, okay, here's the rent for the year. The expenses are pretty stable. Performance, I don't know, not selling anytime soon.
Ask your broker to send you a property report each year. So
Right.
when they do their review, get the property report. That's how you sort of track its performance of what's this property worth right now.
Yeah. I bought one through John, and he sends a report every year. Don't know if he would send the report if it went down in value, but
What'd you buy?
Newey, where did that? You were the person who introduced. It's on your system.
Right.
I got one through John and I sent him the report. Be like,
Oh,
look
the
at this.
totality report.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm confused here. But in any case, the tracking is great, but don't overcomplicate it. And I was going to say something on this in terms of, every year I think the neglected part of it is maybe your repairs and maintenance. So to say, well, okay, property manager, what may I need to attend to in the coming years, and just forecast an amount for that? Because I have the account set up separately, so the loan is tied to the home or the investment, and then my account's linked to that. They're not combined like you have yours, Rach, which is there's no right or wrong, but
Hey, it's Glenn here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.